Tesla is rebounding today. We are up $1.02, 0.47%, closed at $219.91. Post-market, we seem to be up by 59 additional cents. Let's look at what this looks like on the chart. Last Friday, we had stopped right here. We had stopped at 217.65, which is an important support that we had in the past. This was the top of the move that we had from January to February. This was the top of that move. And if you look at any stock chart and you look at the tops and the bottoms and you do horizontal lines from those, you will see that stocks are going to consider these lines as important lines. Not all the time, but they might be stopping a movement. So this is what we have right now. We had a few of these support. We have one at 217.65, 212.28, and 204.47 because we had different tops. We had the top right here on February 16th. We had a couple of tops right here on February 28th. We also had a low right here, August 18. So this is what has stopped the stock for now today. The big question is, should you buy right now? Should you buy Tesla right now? Because is it going to start to go back up? Yes and no, depending on your level of risk. When you have a stock come to a support and stop at a support like we did last Friday, this is the riskiest thing that can happen because we have no indication that we are going to bounce on it. We just stopped on it. So that was the riskiest time to buy on Friday. Now today, it's a little bit less risky because even though we went a little bit lower, we see a change in direction. We have a green candle. We have buyers that came in at that price point. So at 212.28, a bunch of buyers came in and pushed the stock back up compared to the sellers that disappear a little bit. So now we have a little bit less of a risk if you want to buy right now. If we switch on the 1 hour chart, we are going to get an earlier signal than on the daily chart. Let's look at the pattern that the stock is making on the 1 hour chart. We have 8 candles per day instead of 1 candle per day on the daily chart. We see that we are bouncing, of course, on 217.65, but we have a horizontal resistance at 226.85 right here. So we are into a congestion zone. The stock should be going sideways like this. You can buy here when it's going sideways, but there's no indication that it wants to go back up. We are going to get that indication when we are going to start crossing 226.85, and at the same time we should be getting our stochastic indicator over 60, which is a value that is required for any significant move up in a stock. So on the 1 hour chart, if you want to get in early into Tesla stock, wait for 226.85, wait for that stochastic over 60. If you are more of a daily investor on the daily chart, then you will have to wait a little bit more because we are looking for the same pattern to happen on the daily chart. We are going to need stochastic over 60, but since we have only 1 candle per day, this is going to take some time in order to get stochastic over 60. And if we get it, we are going to come close to 226.85, and then we are going to have this downward resistance right here. If we have this downward resistance, we still need to clear that because we could be caving into that resistance like we did on November 29th, like we did on October 10th of last year, like we did September 15th, and like we did July 18th. We have been caving under that resistance for a long time. Even if eventually we are going to get a buy signal right here, we still need to clear this downward diagonal resistance in order to start thinking about getting into it. Tesla will be ready technically for, I would say, a week, and then coincidentally or not, this could be happening exactly when we are going to get the earnings call on January 24th. I don't think we are going to get much buy signal before that January 24th. It's possible that we start to shoot like this, but the probability is quite low. Let's keep watching the stock every single day and we'll see what happens. Let's take a look at some Tesla news. We have a news that Mazda announces NACS adoption. Its many EVs are going to flood Tesla superchargers. Another EV automaker that is adopting Tesla's cable standard. And also, apparently, Elon Musk complains about his smaller stake in Tesla after wasting it on buying Twitter. The titles of Electrek are very biased. Elon Musk has made bizarre statement in which he appears to complain about his smaller stake in Tesla and said that he prefers building products elsewhere unless he gets a bigger stake in the company. And these are the actual quotes. I am uncomfortable growing Tesla to be a leader in AI and robotics without having approximately 25% voting control. Enough to be influential, but not so much that I can't be overturned. Unless that is the case, I would prefer to build products outside of Tesla. If this is true, Elon would be in conflict of interest because he has developed Tesla's AI technology a whole lot, and now he wants to get a bigger piece of the company. If not, he is going to maybe start another AI company. Is he going to compete with Tesla on robots? Full self-driving, I pretty much assume not, because Tesla is a car company. But in terms of the robots, is he going to compete with Tesla? This is going to be interesting, and this won't be helping the stock, that's for sure. Let's take a look at the VIX. So we have a big move in the VIX. So we are up 4.46%. We are back into our bullish channel. Let's see if it holds for tomorrow. This is just one candle, but we have stochastic over 60 already with that candle. So let's keep an eye on this. If the VIX is going up, this is going to be putting a lot of pressure on the stock market to go down. The 10-year bond, we have the bonds are up 2.68% relative percentage. We closed at 4.058. We have stochastic over 60. We only need to have a break of the horizontal resistance we have here at 4.06 in order to conclude that we have a bullish trend. But what we know for sure right now is that we are making higher lows, but so far we are still stopped at 4.1. And US dollar is also climbing. We have stochastic over 60. It is at 97. We have broken resistance at 102.756. So this is not super good news. So we have a few indicators that are telling us that the stock market could be suffering soon. Let's look at our EV stocks. Rivian still in the middle of its downward channel. It's not the time yet to buy. Xpeng continuing its drop, so dropping 9.7%. This is a little catastrophe. NEO had support at $7. Look at this. It was staying above $7, $7, $7, $7, and now boom. The $7 is gone. The buyers are not coming in anymore, and the sellers are winning this round at least. This is not looking too good. VinFast is also tanking, 8.5% down. Let's look at our tech stocks. Apple is down 1%. We don't have stochastic over 60. We have been coming down a lot these past few weeks. Now we are stabilizing a little bit. This is just going sideways, but this is definitely not the time to buy. It might become the time to buy when we start getting news about the earnings call on February 1st, and this is going to coincide also with maybe a break of downward resistance. If we have that, maybe this is going to be the time to buy back, but I would wait a little bit. ARM coming back down to its bullish channel support. We don't have stochastic over 60. Let's see if it bounces right here. If it bounces right here and then maintains itself not too bad and starts to go up a little bit, we are going to get back stochastic. And this break at 72 here could be a great entry back into ARM. Outside of its downward channel, that's the good news. Right now it's just going sideways. It's not the time to buy. NVIDIA, it was the time to buy right here. It was the time to buy. I called it January 8th. It was the time to buy. It had a little bit of a pause and now it's continuing a little bit more. We are up 3% today. There's always the caveat that we are on this bullish channel resistance, and each time we are touching that resistance, we are coming down. It might take a few touches, but we are coming down. This is a little bit risky because of that, but overall we are still in a bullish channel. So if you think a little bit more long-term than daily, then it makes more sense to get into it now. But if you are a regular folks looking at regular time frames, then I would be cautious a little bit right here. So you can enter, but just with a smaller amount, because we could be caving in a little bit. Let's look at our stock indices. So Dow Jones lost stochastic over 60. That's an interesting sign right there. This is a sign of weakness, but we are still going sideways. The price movement is more important than any indicators you might have. At least we are going sideways. If we start breaking 36,931, then we should be starting to think about shorting this one. S&P 500, the same thing, going sideways. NASDAQ going sideways. Gold into a congestion zone, lost stochastic, so we could be expecting some weakening in the future. Silver into a downward channel, stopped for now at 761. If we hold 761, then eventually, of course, we are going to break this downward resistance. But right now, we are just going sideways. Bitcoin, we had a buy impulse right here. It lasted for 4 days, and now we are back into this congestion zone. Overall, we are still up quite significantly since last year, but right now we are just pausing. Ripple did not have the same move up as Bitcoin. It's been going sideways. We had some weakening down to 54 cents support, and we seem to be holding it a little bit. I would not buy before 64 cents or even 68. Neo battery materials, we had a big drop last week. Now it's stabilizing a little bit. I am going to be able to draw a new support and look at how it fits. It really fits. We touch it. We touch the support here. We touch the support right here. Let's see if we start bouncing on it. Nouveau Monde Graphite is still going sideways. There is no stochastics. This one is not ready either. Aside from Nvidia and Tesla, this was not a super great day today. Let's see what the rest of the week has in store for us. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. If you like what I do, you can become a YouTube member. Click on my TradingView affiliate link. I'm going to wish you a great evening. We are going to talk tomorrow and I'm going to tell you à la prochaine.